Hey, Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when you said that.
Wow, physical philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. It's Saturday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. And right now, for us at the Cash Flow Kings, it's tough times. I put a poll in the chat for everybody that's coming in, whether we do it for the money or not. And there is no option that says no, because we only do it for the money here on the Cash Flow Kings. We're real close to stop doing lives, and me and Fiscal just hopping on and honestly just making a bunch of 3 stocks to buy videos, right, Fiscal?
That's exactly right. That's the new meta for us.
Yeah. Everybody, we should be back by next week on the regular channel. It's going to be a show. That's all I got to say. Could it be the best episode yet? You'll have to be there to see. But welcome in, everybody. Let's look at the chat. And oh boy, here, do we have a good one? And this is going to be a very relevant episode because I already have people asking me about my Starbucks. And we are going to be doing a different episode tonight, but it's going to be a fun one. We're going to be doing basically a giant weekly recap, but it's for the entire month. So it's a big one. And everybody, if you want to start voting on what we start with, it's like Christmas morning. There's so much to get to, you know. If you want to start with the pancakes, the presents, do we want to start with the earnings for this week? That's going to probably be a little boring. There's nothing really that good. Do we want to start with our dividends this week? Our transact? Like, what do we want to get to? It's like Christmas morning.
Got to save the best for last.
I know. I agree. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. CJ is in. Can I retire a Field Max by December? Anything can happen. Yes, we do it for the money. Glad you picked yes. There are 2 options though, and it's obviously yes and yes. So you got to choose your one. If it ain't the CFK, it's cash flow over, as some would say.
Yep. Indeed, it is. So
you'll get your Starbucks.
Oh yeah, you'll get your Starbucks. All right, you're gonna get a double shot espresso, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Capital mindset, you fake bum. He almost sold out of Starbucks for a little bit. And I felt a bunch of different emotions when he initially told me that, but he never did. He made the right decision because I would have came to his house probably. I would have doxed him and bad stuff. Let's just say
you might say that he doesn't know how to make money.
Yeah, I'd agree. Well, teaching people investing fundamentals get views, or I'll be rich by tomorrow. It's 3 stocks to buy now, bro. That's all I gotta say.
4 dividend stocks near their 52-week lows this week.
Yeah, but Fiscal, as per usual, people on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, could be doing some pretty negative things to their lifestyle, as one would say. And would you like to share some of those things? I think next week it could be a big show.
Yeah, they could be stuffing Zins into their gums.
Oh, some 6 millilip pillies.
Yeah. Yeah, Zins, baby. Or, they could just be doing the old classic, which is drinking. Maybe combining it with driving, which I do not recommend, by the way.
Hey, there's only one way to get better at it, Fiscal. We don't advocate for it here on the Cash Flow Kings, and that's a big warning after the last few weeks. That's a big warning. That was a joke for legal reasons. That's a joke.
Yeah, true. They could be investing in yield max. No, wait a minute.
Getting a little too close to the equator, Fiscal. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah. Just got to keep breathing. They could be vaping. They could be hitting the jewel. You know what I mean?
Nah. Not good stuff.
Exactly. They could be up in the club. You never know. Getting twerked on by some thought. Though that doesn't sound entirely bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah. If you've ever seen the movie Superbad, the movie where Seth is at the party, if you know, you know. But today's going to be an interesting episode, everybody. Welcome in. Next week, I don't know if I could say it's going to be our best episode yet, but it's going to be really good. We have some special things planned, and I think you'll want to be there, assuming we're back on the main channel. And there are jokes of being Fiscal going to court and wearing the tank tops and the merch. Oh, did I say merch? Could be on the way soon. So keep an eye out for that.
There is a distinct possibility.
some people have seen the members only stuff too. And by the way, when we get monetized, what I'm going to start doing is we're going to start charging people for impressions. We're going to gouge you for money. So you're going to have, if you want an impression from me, it's going to be super chat. But while you guys do have me for free, should I use the yield max dividends to spoil my girl? You know, I have my girlfriend, and she look up and she see me. She called me daddy because I had a yield max income.
She's not a single mom, right? No single moms allowed.
Yeah, no single moms allowed. Well, see, this is great. I'm driving to get some Starbucks drink and drive. Plenty of those. I'm saying it's a Saturday night. People are at Starbucks. I'd consider that a pretty healthy thing to do, especially if you're watching Cashflow Kings in the Starbucks using the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Full circle here on the channel. About my girl Starbucks with my yield max dividends.
Wow.
Yeah, enjoy the free impressions.
What a gentleman. What a gentleman.
But fiscal, pretty boring week for finance, if you ask me. Like, nothing's kind of popped up ever since the cash flow over arc. You know, it's there. All the news is just kind of flown over our head. But before we get to our big weekly recap, do you have anything to share this week from your side of the spectrum? The value investing?
No, I mean, honestly, I think value hasn't had a very bad week, really, to be honest with you. A lot of the boring cash flow businesses that traded at low multiples went up a lot this week. Actually.
You know what went down this week? Those Salesforce. Did you see that?
Yeah, a lot of I guess tech was suffering a little bit this week. I don't have much tech, so I didn't notice.
I didn't notice it either. My Microsoft and Apple seemed fine, but the the Salesforce thing is hilarious because Joseph owns it, and all the disciples of Joseph own it too. So it's like, you know how performance.
Yeah, they're freaking out because one of their stocks isn't going up in a vertical line anymore.
The 5-day performance is going down. So I found it hilarious, honestly, throughout the week. And we know some people who do own Salesforce, and I'm sure it was like a stupid reason that it went down, but it was so funny to see everybody panic. And then it went up like 6% or something, and now they're acting like the bottom is hit.
Victory. It's a victory. Just like with Starbucks, the bottom is for sure in.
Yeah. Yeah, JCR. Joseph was shitting himself, I bet.
One of my stocks went down. Better sell immediately.
What happened? Oh no. Then it went up like 6%, and Joseph tweeted like, suddenly investors realized Salesforce had $9 billion in free cash flow. It's like, you're a prick, dude. Calm the fuck down. I'm sorry. Like, I mean that in the most respectful way possible, but like, I've never seen people like this performance enhanced. Or, sorry, fiscal. Sorry, my bad. I've never seen this people like so focused on like performance over the last 5 years. Like, we make the joke a lot, and I think it's important to know because of how stupid it really is. Because like, you buy the compounder stocks with cheese, you don't let them compound, and I think it's kind of actually putting like traditional dividend investing. I know we say it's like not free money, but I think it's like putting it under the deck almost, in the sense that like it's kind of like, you know,
nobody,
it's not underperforming.
Nobody appreciates something like Altria Group, even though they, produce a ton of free cash flow. They're not expensive, and they return most of that cash directly to shareholders in dividends and buybacks.
It's a single compounder with lettuce. That's what we call those.
Yeah.
Let's talk boring Starbucks instead of. Okay. Dissector, you watch out. We know everything we need to know about you, buddy. You're going on a date. You're the girl.
High Tide has good free cash flow.
Yeah, the CEO isn't coming on, so I'm not buying any. And I can't disobey capital mindset with the triple cross, and I can't make it public. So we got to be a little low key about it here on the channel.
Of course. Fiscal
is going to get tired of the Starbucks comments. Okay, I'm done. Okay, I can appreciate that. Look at all these Starbucks. I didn't know how many there were. I just kind of glanced over. So we get the dividends for. We gotta be wary of talking about like everything now. Cody's getting himself canceled soon. But Fiscal, do you want to start off with the transactions this week or earnings?
Oh goodness, we had well, let's start with earnings because that's the
earnings are boring.
We'll
see what everybody thinks about the earnings. Womp womp. Yeah, it's underwhelming as you'd think it is this week. The earnings aren't fun to cover, everybody, when it's times like this. Oh, Five Below reports. Oh, Sportsman's Warehouse.
Ooh, Neo.
Neo.
Nice.
I see CrowdStrike. That's somewhat interesting. J.M. Smucker. That's such a Warren Buffett holding. J.M. Smucker.
James Smucker, such a boomer stock. Let's see. Oh, Campbell's Soup Company.
Actually, you know what we say about Campbell's here on the channel? There's a recession if Campbell's goes down.
Well, they say it's one of the most recession-proof. Ooh, CrowdStrike for
I
those.
know.
People talk about that a lot on Discord. Actually,
I know.
I'm just looking to see if there's literally anything that I own in this whole. I don't think so.
Yeah. You could always.
All right. Am I seeing this right? That there's a company called Couchbase on there.
Not bullish. Not bullish.
What?
That's all I gotta say.
I just want to know what they do. That's all. I've never heard of them before.
Oh my gosh, the dividend investor is alive. I haven't seen this guy since we asked him on. Welcome
Wow.
back.
Welcome back.
From the grave like the Undertaker. Welcome back. Fiscal.
I'm
not. Oh my Fiscal, this intro next week. I just finished it. It is so good. I outdid myself. You guys, oh my gosh, it's premium. High Tide earnings soon. Dissector on Twitch, our one Twitch viewer.
That's true. High Tide is in. I think it's not this coming week, but the week after. But I don't think it'll be on any of these lists because it's too small.
Dan, McDonald's over Starbucks. Don't. Okay, McDonald's has actually been on a dip. Have you seen that?
I have.
It's nothing. It's nothing you're value worthy. I don't think yet. Like,
yeah, it's not even. What's it down to like 240 or something?
It was down 250, probably like 255 now. Do you have a price in mind?
I mean, what I told people is it goes down another 20% and I might be interested.
I don't blame you. McDonald's is
yeah, I mean it's like they're everywhere in the world. Like everywhere I've been in the world, there has been McDonald's. So where's the growth going to come from?
So that's a buy. It means it's a buy. That's what it means.
The only growth they're going to get is charging $18 for a Big Mac. So,
well, the Cosmics thing seems interesting.
I mean, one store.
I know,
and they're going
to expand.
And they're going to be. It's going to be if they try to go wide with it, it's going to be a race to the bottom against Starbucks and hurt them both. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember I last did like a McDonald's DCF, which is gay. I'm sorry, everybody. DCFs are gay. I might make that a shirt. But happy Pride Month too, June 1st. But yeah, I think I got like a high range. Dan, I'm curious to hear if you're actually buying it, but like 240, 250 was like my high buy price. And I was really close to buying when it last got to these prices, and it went back up to like 280, 290. So I might dabble a little bit if it gets to like 245. They'll enter in Russia at some point.
Oh, yeah. The growth in Russia where everybody is broke and the population's declining rapidly. Yeah, that's where you want to get all your growth from.
Better than China for some people, I'd bet. I'd bet some people legitimately feel more comfortable investing in Russia than China too.
Yeah.
With the way I've heard some people talk.
Twitter, definitely. The way people
the dip due to the Ukraine invasion. So that was February 2022. I want to see where it was at then. It was at like 225. Yeah, I mean, I got a price around there as well, but like, it's one of those things where like it's an awesome company. I'm willing to pay a bit of a premium, but still, I think it's a little juiced up, a
little stretched.
We can appreciate some juicing here on the channel.
Yeah, a little bit of stretching. Stretch it like it's never been stretched before.
There's a reason TRT exists in gear. I put a poll out on Twitter whether steroids are worth it as a joke. It was my shit post. Not investing. Okay, yes, I can actually get on board with it. Have you heard it, Fiscal?
I have not. I heard about it, but I haven't gone and listened to it yet.
Okay, it's pretty solid.
All I heard is that he brought back Slim Shady.
He brought back Slim Shady, and we might have to bring back the OG CFK for next week. Russia is more cringe than China. Their coffee isn't good enough to beat Famio. Secret. Yeah, no comment. Yeah, good to see. Good to see you back, the dividend investor. But Fiscal, why don't we get into your transactions for the month?
Oh boy, a lot of transactions this month.
A lot of transactions. All right, you want to start us off?
So this is just
513.
This is one of three, guys. This is one of
Yeah,
three.
get
So
your seatbelts ready.
I know. So obviously, I bought Grab because I'm always buying
live grab.
Always buying Grab.
Yeah.
Did some options stuff with Walgreens, mainly just selling call options because that's a good way to collect a little bit of cash flow on something that is, we'll just say,
It's not a
directionally
free
bearish.
stocks to buy the month quality.
We'll just say Walgreens has been directionally bearish lately, and selling covered calls is you want to do it when they're directionally bearish.
Of course.
Anyways, so High Tide, of course, I picked up another 100 shares of that because, of course.
Whoa, Fiscal, we gotta intervene. We got a new subscriber. Oh, Dissecto subscribed. That's free money, Fiscal. We get like $2.70 from that.
That's on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
All right. We do it. We don't do it for the money, guys, but
we don't do it for the money. Thank you, Dissector. See, he was testing me earlier whether I'd spaz out on him, but continue with the transactions, Fiscal.
But I know why he did it, because this next transaction I bought more MPW. Grab picked up a couple hundred more shares of that. I've just been kind of, anytime it's looking kind of good, especially if it looks like it's maybe dipped a little bit or anything like that, I'm picking up more shares because it's I think pretty rapidly approaching that $4 level, and I think I want to keep my cost basis probably below 4 on Grab because I think that's the value zone for it. So yeah, some directionally bearish calls on Baba, more shares of High Tide. Got a dividend from Horizon. I sold it, but I owned it on the last ex-dividend date, so I got one last dividend from them.
See, I feel like Finance Guy, that fake account, that, you know what I mean, the worst finance stakes, would make a tweet about that.
What, the $33 dividend from Horizon?
Yeah, for buying like a stock on the last day of the dividend and just calling it free money like a cycle.
Why aren't more people doing this?
They'll never understand with 3 periods at the end.
Yeah. Okay, so I sold 100 shares of HPQ at 31, and it's a little bit higher now. It's like 35 or something. So, missed out on some gains there. And you know me, I don't like leaving gains on the table.
Yep, that's right.
So we can, of course, I bought more High Tide because that's not leaving gains on the table. I had some options on MPW and Warner Brothers expire out of the money and worthless, and you just got the premium. That's free money, by the way. If you sell options and they expire out of the money and worthless, you just keep the premium. It's literally free money, except not, because that's not how it works. But try explaining that to some people, and it kind of falls on deaf ears. We bought some more High Tide, and some more Grab, of course, because I'm always buying High Tide and Grab lately. That seems to be just the story.
It's life.
Yeah, I some more Walgreens and a Baba calls, because that's free money if they expire worthless, right?
That's right. It's free money.
I did roll out a Paramount Global option. I lowered the strike from $13.50 to $13 to save myself $50 upon assignment. I may not get assigned. It depends where the share price is in July. But yeah, just trying to save myself the pennies, pinching my pennies, because, obviously I don't understand how to make money, and I'm not very smart at all. And as you can see, I sold a cash secured put on Medical Properties Trust at the $5 strike, collected $23.34 after fees for doing so, which, by the way, that's close to 5%. And at the time I did that, it was for like 2 weeks. So 5% on your money in 2 weeks, that's a pretty good annualized return. And then, of course, I had an outstanding option on HPQ, and it got called away from me at $28. That hurts real bad
Mhm.
because of where the price went. But you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes those turn into free money. Sometimes they cost you gains. So I might be a little bit more cautious about doing that in the future. 15 call on Key Bank expired. So that was free money, actually.
Okay, there you go.
Bought some more grab. Oh, and last but not least,
Continue.
I got my first dividend on Starbucks, the one share that I have that I promised I would buy if it got below $75, and there it is.
I hate to mog you, but just wait till mine. That's all I gotta say. I'm the Starbucks cult leader for a reason.
Dissector
right.
wants to know is grab a dog.
Yeah, he gives us money now, so we got to answer any questions he has.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
how it
priority.
goes.
Suddenly, Dissector is a VIP, guys.
Yeah.
So, does that by dog? Do you mean like bad
Dog, like, is it like it's got that dog in him, you know? It's
okay.
it's a warrior at heart, a wagon warrior.
So, grab is pretty good, pretty good.
This is just
so to give you some context, I listened to their last earnings call live, and before asking their questions, almost every single analyst congratulated them on their good results.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, literally. They're like, oh, congratulations on this really great result, and then proceeded with their question. So that is literally the first time I've ever heard that on an earnings call for a company I own. So, kind of refreshing from that perspective.
Quant rating increase. We need to get Dividend Dude on here. He's the quant analyst. The Dissector versus Dividend Dude debate was a legend. It's a shame that video went Casper the Ghost. Hopefully next week you guys can watch it if you want.
Hopefully there will be an epic comeback of that.
Yeah. We'll do an APP analysis, like slight analysis at the end for you, if that's
maybe I'll make an APP video for you because now you're lining my pockets.
Yeah. The Cash Flow Kings are officially $2.70
rich. Somebody did a video request on my main channel, and I did the video, and then like literally when they saw it went up and they watched it, they left a 25 super in the comments. So.
Where's that $25 going toward? Huh. A lot of things.
That's a secret. I am within weeks. I will be able to start working on a studio space that will, I think, improve production. Not that I have a problem with Venice in the background, but I'm gonna have like a room that has a very nice studio space that I think will really juice up our production value, enhance it. Right?
You gotta put a bunch of books in the background and make yourself.
Yeah. So that's why I bought One Up on Wall Street and Common Stocks and Uncommon Profits.
Just for the background.
Yeah.
I think
not to actually read them. Come on.
I think we got to do that, but we also got to put like sneaky things in the background too.
I started reading, but then I'm like, how do you read this? There's no pictures.
And then, I can't read, by the way, everybody.
And then soon you start getting ideas and thinking. And
I know.
Yeah.
So you put the Tesla money, you put that dividend into the AMZ dividend, and it's going to explode. Will Amazon or VU do better over the next 10 years?
Amazon.
Why? Because it's a quality compounder.
I suspect that they're going to just continue gobbling up more and more of the overall economy.
No, I had one of those eureka moments with Amazon. Like, we were driving home one day.
Also, when the capex like truly like kind of slows down and they don't have to, because capex has been the big thing.
What are they spending the capex on? If anybody can.
Just more and more distribution centers, probably more delivery trucks, and I don't know how many of a lot of the delivery trucks are actually just third-party final mile carriers that just have the Amazon Prime like paint job basically. Okay. But yeah, any kind of infrastructure though is capex, and they are like, I remember, especially through like 2018, 2019, etc. They were always building new distribution centers and everything.
I remember, the other day we're driving home and I look to our left, and I'm driving. There's an Amazon truck there. I look on the main road that I'm on. There's an Amazon truck down the road. We get home. There's an Amazon package on our door. So like I saw like 3 times in 1 minute. It was like a eureka moment. Yeah. I have a few stocks. If anybody, this might be a different topic for a video, but I have a few stocks in my portfolio that I have like a big question mark on with it. It's like a real question mark too, like whether I buy it or get rid of it. So like we're gonna have a debate.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I'm not very big on like Magnificent Seven type stocks or
you're not much of a
large cap tech type stocks, but Amazon, like I understand what they do pretty well because in my line of work we've worked with Amazon before behind the scenes, moving freight and such. So
selling gear.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, they there's a lot of possible value there.
All right, we'll start with my transactions, and I'd have to screenshot a bunch of stuff, so I'll just list it. Do you guys? Why not? I guess I'll do it. All right, 71 cents from Costco to kind of kick it off. Let's see. 71 cents from Costco to kick it off. I'm pulling it up right now, everybody. I apologize.
Costco gave you 71 cents of free money, bro.
It is free money, and when you reinvest it, it's even more free money. All right, pulling it up now. Yeah, May was a pretty active month. So to start off, obviously that Costco dividend before the 13th. So for context, and you're going to see a bunch of $5, $10 buys because of the prick named Capital Mindset. Now, in the Starbucks cult, we have an initiation where I'm kind of like the mind flayer from Stranger Things. I need to constantly be fed. The more I'm fed, the more powerful I get, the more powerful the cult gets. So every time Capital Mindset would buy Starbucks, I would have to buy some too. As to why there's about 13 different transactions this month from Starbucks. So on the 13th and 14th, I put $40 into Starbucks combined at $76 and $75. Then I got a free money dividend from Realty Not Reality Income, $4.35. One could call that a non-quality compounder. But in all seriousness, with Realty Income, I'm just reinvesting it at this point. Like, I made a community post. Fiscal, if you're buying a REIT, any REIT, would it, for the long term, to compound, do you think it would be a wise idea to sell when interest rates are like this?
Well, that's a loaded question because
I know
on a really like long-term time scale, interest rates right now are like average to like
I know
maybe like a hair above average on like a 40 or whatever year time scale.
Looking back to like the 80s, 70s.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's just kind of, we've gotten sort of used to the idea that rates are going to be like, 1 or 2% over the last 10 or 15 years. And so we think of it as high now because everybody's got a recency bias. But I would say like, hey, interest rates have recently been bumped and, people are still adjusting to that idea. And there is a chance they could get like cut back a little, like they could trim it back a little bit without like slashing them. And that would benefit REITs. So I would be more of like a wait and see mindset with something like Realty Income. It's not as though, I mean, you're going to sit there, you're going to collect like 4.5% or something on your money while you wait. Yeah. So you're going to get basically the risk. Like it's going to maybe match or slightly exceed the risk-free yield while you wait. And then if interest rates do get cut, you're probably going to see some price appreciation from here and, be okay. I don't love Realty Income to begin with, but
neither do I.
But like, I definitely think there's not any problem with holding it, right? I don't hate holding it.
So the plan with Realty Income, everybody, I understand it's probably not the best stocks, right? But the thing is, I buy stocks for the long term. I'm not going to sell when interest rates are like this. I can just collect a nice yield on cost right now, and eventually, long term, hopefully, interest rates will recover back to where they were, price appreciation, and I'll sell out of it. Or this is the only reason I'd sell: opportunity cost. If there was some crazy opportunity, Starbucks went to like $50, McDonald's went to 90, Visa, you get the point. Like,
Oh my god! So if McDonald's went to 90, I would probably put like 20 or 30% into it if like nothing else like had changed.
Like a really big dip.
Go heavy into McDonald's at that.
More realistically, Starbucks below probably 70. I'd trim and maybe reallocate, but like I'm down about 15-16% of my realty income. It's nothing wild, but still I hate to sell it like that. And then $10.84 from AbbVie. Pretty good dividend there, and I reinvested it. AbbVie's been on a bit of a decline recently. They reported earnings a few weeks ago. Currently just holding and reinvesting the dividends. I bought some about a year ago at 138. Gets back to those levels, I'll probably add more. The issue I have with AbbVie Fiscal is like circle of competency, right? Like it's hard business to understand. And anybody can say that they understand it, but it's one of those things where like you got to constantly be doing research on it.
Pharmaceuticals are complicated in a way that I think it's almost difficult for the average person to appreciate. I mean, I would almost compare it to like, if you had to compare it to a non-pharmaceutical thing, like Intel is extremely complicated.
Yeah.
Because they've got so many different things going on that are so intricate and involved and technical. And pharmaceuticals, they have all these clinical trials going on in their pipeline. And you can pull up the information on those trials and like read the data and stuff.
Who has the time for that?
But it will also, if you're not in the medical field,
yep.
What is your actual level of understanding?
Or if you can't read or a little slow.
Typically, like I think, it's possible for a person to learn without being a doctor and like, figure some stuff out. But certainly having a medical background probably would help to a certain extent. I certainly would be pretty lost reading. And I would say I know a little bit more than the typical person about pharmaceuticals and things like that, but compounds and whatnot. But that's just, and physiology and the like. I mean, most people that are, we'll say avid gym goers, we know some things, right?
Yeah,
but
good anatomical.
But very few of us to the level of, say, Derek moredates.com, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like constantly pulling up
right
studies and stuff like that. So
he would take a Ostarine and then, all right. So that was pretty nice dividend from AbbVie, continuing to hold. If I get out at a good price, I'll probably get out. But for now, racking in those divvies. Then $2.65 from Apple. That's out of like probably $2,000 of it I own. So there you go. My more capital mindset Starbucks buys $5 into it, $20 into it, both at $77. Then this is where it gets a little spicy, boys. I sold one share of Nexair Energy at a 3% gain at $76.16. This is one of those question mark stocks, Fiscal, because good projected growth, but at the same time, I don't love utilities, so I'm probably going to be exiting out.
Yep. Hey, yep. You're falling out of love with utilities, and I don't blame you.
Yeah. But still got out some gains here. I'm happy. I still own 2 or 3 shares, so if it gets in the 80s, 90s, we will be hopping out that hoe. All right. $50 into Visa, $274. Great quality company at what I consider reasonable price. $10 more in a Starbucks, another capital mindset buy. $5 more in a Starbucks, another capital mindset buy. Both at around $78, $77. So good to see there. $25 more in a Visa. That was on the 28th and kickoff or to end the month off. $16.05 from Starbucks dividends. So,
which you then took and you went out and bought a couple of coffees.
No, I reinvested it back to the end of the stock. I actually bought a fifth of a share, which is pretty impressive. So I'm proud of myself. Yeah, everybody. Once we get monetized and I go to where Fiscal is, I won't dox him after the recent episode 32. But after that, once we do like a Cashflow Kings IRL meetup, we're gonna do like undercover stuff. So like I'm gonna go into Starbucks with the merch on. We're gonna pick up I'm gonna hopefully pick up ladies. Fiscal's gonna be recording it. I'm gonna tell them I'm a part owner of the company. I'm gonna be like, you see that Target over there? Part owner. Part owner.
Do that at the Starbucks that's in the Target where I live.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
double. I own both of these companies. Oh, buy a share of the CVS because there's a CVS in there too. Be like, I own Target.
I own Ulta.
I'm something of a magnate.
We are ready to buy more Starbucks this month. I hope you just enjoyed that buy segment. Sell Target is a distraction from Target's like it hasn't got back to Cigar Butt City levels, but if we get to like 120, it's November 2021 again. That stuff. I own Starbucks brew. Yeah, I know. Like if you some good pickup lines. I own this place technically, and I'm a little wink. I'll treat you something. I own the place. You know what I mean? Like that's some of the stuff you got to do. But yeah, I'd rather invest in Putin's next big scheme than anything coming out of China. Ooh,
okay,
that's interesting. The opportunity cost is passing up High Tide or APP. Oh, we got to look into APP for Dissector. I don't know what it is. Is it?
I'm not familiar either.
All these tiny quant stocks that nobody knows of. I am pretty close to just buying a lot of SHG though.
ETFs are for pussies, Ryan.
That's right. Easiest way to pick up the girls is to show. Oh, I should do that. Oh, I should. That'd be so awkward. It'd be hilarious if we did that.
Okay, so this is hilarious because the name of the company apparently is AppLovin.
Okay, I'll pull it up. I got it. So what I got to do? I got to pull. So I got to like have it be real awkward too. So I'll just add to the production value. I'll be like, I'm a technical part owner of this place, and then I'll get the Schwab app on my phone. I'll have to log in like in front of the lady. You see this? I technically own it. Oh. Everybody, that'd be amazing. However you spell commas, girl. My girl. Oh, Steve from World's Nicest Band 2023 looking to reclaim his title in 2024. We're halfway through the year already. Justice for CFK. Free CFK tilts backwards. Casper the Ghost hasn't responded yet. We've tried. But assuming that remains, we should be back next Tuesday, Wednesday. My calculations are right, but Memorial Day kind of messed with us. We should be back, definitely back by next week.
Yeah, it's a shame, but they do it all in business days.
Yeah.
And the fact that they even give it that much time is criminal, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. That's why you guys got to smash the like button, subscribe. Free
and that's why when the main channel comes back, like we got to get past the subscriber hurdle and get that monetization.
I know.
Once you're monetized, they treat you a little more fairly.
Yeah, once we're bringing in the big revenue for Susan.
Once they're making literally dozens of dollars from super chats from our channel, they're gonna be like, okay, these are big shots.
We bring in dollars. We bring the viewers. We bring the dollars. All right. AppLovin Corporation. No dividends, so we're not buying it. All right. Good EPS. Positive EPS growth over the last couple of quarters. It's some Joseph Carlson compounder stuff. IPO'd in 2021. A lot of new IPOs, I've realized, with these quant stocks. Revenue growth.
I'm trying to find out what like.
Yeah, you want to get on that.
These are mobile apps that they're supposed to.
Revenue growth. 32%, 23%. It's decent.
Oh, I think they focus on generating ads on mobile apps. I think that's what they do.
That's interesting.
Because they're talking on here about the actual app owners and developers are their client, and they help them like integrate advertising into monetize.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gross margin 70.61%. Operating margin. These margins have been going up since 2022, so that's positive to see. I kind of want to see where it flattens out. Net margin 22.32%. So pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'd reckon that's solid. Net income pretty similar to the revenue. Oh, the free cash flow. The cash flow is king. Pretty good free cash flow growth fiscal, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's good.
One could say it's a quality compounder.
Yeah, what's the current price to free cash flow? Are you able to
price to free cash flow? It is. I have 13.27.
I mean, that's relatively cheap, especially if there's a lot of growth.
Is there any indicated like what's like the S&P 500? What would that?
Well, I mean, it's gonna in most cases it's gonna be pretty close to the price to earnings overall. So probably close like 20 for the S&P.
Steve also says, having been monetized for years, I can't say I feel any more protected from false takedowns than you guys. 100K seems like the point where we didn't get the 7-day grace period. And apparently if you are a partner, you get the 7-day grace period where we can and we couldn't get through to anybody from Team YouTube either. Like we tried with both of our
main accounts.
Tried with both of our partner accounts, the Fiscal and the Ryan Dengler Show one. And they didn't they said you'd have to be a registered user. And then once I actually got through to them and proved that I was I was the owner of it, right? They're like, since this account is monetized, we cannot help with. It's like, thanks for the fucking help. You're lucky we don't go to Patreon and gouge our viewers for even more money so we get to get home. Price to operating free cash flow 13.21. Price to earnings, because if the PE isn't below 3, it ain't for me. 24.58. It could be reasonable if there's a lot of growth in store. Debt, I'd wonder what they're taking out debt for, but nothing wild. Stock-based compensation, fine relative to their cash flow. Are they buying back shares? They recently kind of have. Not a lot of history, but yeah, I mean, I don't have any thoughts on it. I'd like to hear your thesis on it. Dissecto, if you ever come on. This is like App Lovin, McLovin, App Lovin. I don't.
Yep.
Dissector gave us money, so we got to go over it. That's right. Easiest way to pick up the girls is show them your Starbucks position. Whoa, Jonathan Judas in here. Stuff goes down.
Of course, yeah. Everything else is just a distraction from MPW in the short squeeze.
That's right. I was being attacked on your Discord this week because of MPW.
Because you're not a shareholder. You're
not
part
a cult. I said that I don't think you could buy fractional shares of MPW, but I gotta make some incentive if people make the buying. We have a couple ongoing bets actually where I have to buy MPW. One is one that you and Stabulo only know, and it's probably not going to go through if you remember it. I could type in the private chat if you don't remember.
Yeah, no, I remember it.
Okay.
And it's never happening.
Yeah, definitely not
it's
happening.
It's not mother
definitely
approved.
not now too.
Yeah. It's definitely not mother approved.
Stabulo's going to be watching this back.
Only Stabulo will get that joke.
Oh.
So.
Starbucks hit $65. I believe I have to buy some shares, and we do have making people wealthy merchandise. So maybe if I can find a way to because the margins aren't crazy on it. We're not gouging you guys for that much money, but maybe I'll buy a share for every couple. That
realistically, when the merch drops on the shirts and tank tops and stuff, isn't it $5 or $6 per on average? Something in that range.
Yeah, $5 or $6. The highest is maybe 8 or 9, but nothing wild.
And that's not what it costs. That's what we would actually get after cost.
Yeah. Yeah. We get a producer's count. I gotta buy a shirt. Probably I might actually do it tonight. I don't know what I'm getting still. For people who have seen, it's actually really sick. I outdid myself. I'm not gonna lie. But we have pump covers too, you know what I mean, the oversized tees, the Sam Sulek tees. I might get one of those. I'm considering they're a little more expensive simply because the quality is much thicker and it's bigger. That's kind of the thing that goes with it, but pretty nice. We also have hoodies, which I think I did a really nice job on, but cool stuff. Some mugs as well for our people who enjoy coffee, lean, anything that you can put in that mug.
Those of you buying the Starbucks beans at the grocery store and brewing it at home.
Full circle.
Full circle.
All right, everybody. We're about the 10-minute warning now. A little bit shorter shows now since we're not getting paid on the clock for it. Even though Dissector gave us a nice $2, $3 to $4 from that subscription. We thank you again. But once again, any last questions, comments, concerns? It's free Cash Flow Kings till it's backwards. Yeah, but I mean, all fiscal. Do you want to plug our new channels? We both have new ventures now since it's Cash Flow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've started messing around on a channel called Macho Mentality. Yeah.
Well, what's the channel going to entail? Being an alpha male, not a schmuck.
100%. And honestly, I think it is going to focus a little bit on like the fakery that's out there in that space. Like somebody told me that basically our algorithm for our niche is really, really, there's a lot of overlap with that niche.
Yeah.
And so I think that makes for an interesting bit of synergy potentially. And yeah, I find that there's like a lot of like fake gurus in that space just as much as there is in the finance space. Like they have their own versions of like Jeremy and the rest of them. Kevin,
who's the Indian guy from Fresh and Fit?
The Indian guy,
or like I don't know if he's, you know who I mean. He was in the Jubilee video.
Oh no, so it's one of the two hosts. So the hosts are the really, really dark-skinned one that's out of shape is Fresh Prince CEO, who is a CEO of absolutely nothing as far as I'm aware. And the one that you said looks Indian he's black, and his name is Myron Gaines, and he is the fit half of the show. And he was the one in the Jubilee video.
That guy's a prick. I hate to say it. Like, all right, I'm gonna be on. Like,
he is, but I mean, one thing I will say, like, absolutely, he's a hard worker, but like, yeah, he like extremely abrasive.
It's like there's like a fine line of like being a hard worker, not complaining or whatever, and then just being a total cunt and being like, facts don't care about your feelings, man. You're fucking soft. Oh, your fucking dad died. Oh,
you're starting to sound like,
you know what I mean?
You're sounding like Wes Watson now.
You know what I mean, though.
Did you see the Wes Watson thing where he like was yelling at the guy like, you got tits, bro?
No,
I'm gonna smack you. No, he's a guy. His whole shtick is like he supposedly went to prison and he's got like a billion like tattoos and an enhanced physique, and like he makes people pay him like thousands of dollars for coaching that teaches them I don't know what, how to Spencer Cornelia did a video on him like a year ago. He coaches people on how to be coaches.
That's interesting. That
talk about full circle.
House. It's always fun when a pair of double D shows up, as we always say.
Great tits.
Yeah. Cashflow Kings almost past 9, not even past 9 o'clock. So past 8:30 for these shows. Raj Patel, don't know who he is. Yeah, but the people who like act like Andrew Tate, what color is your Bugatti? Like, it's just a cover up for being an incel and not having any fucking friends. I hate to say it. Like, there's like a fine line of like, sorry for being crude here, but like, there's just a fine line of being a hardworking man and there's being a total cunt. And I think there's like the alpha. Anybody who refers to themselves as an alpha male, I'm like, sorry, you've lost respect. Lost any respect for me.
You and also declaring yourself high value or strong and successful, or whatever.
Referring to yourself as a high value man. It's just
excuse me, I am a high value man. Like, so show.
Yes,
don't
I want
tell.
a wife. She is going to cook. She is going to clean. She is going to exercise. Raise my children. Let's like, get the fuck out of here. Poor Steve is probably crying listening to all this. He's too nice for it. If you're reading this and haven't clicked the like button, I already fixed that. That's very safe. Thank you. Ever considered developing a severe drug addiction? I was pretty close this week. I won't even lie. People who, yes, people who, yeah. So how often are you planning to upload on the Macho Mentality channel? When are we getting a chest day video?
Man, well, I don't know if you can hear right now, but I'm like a little stuffed up. There's like a little cold going around my office.
I thought you had the food poisoning.
That was last week. I got double whammied. Yeah.
This is the effect of blasting Trenbolone, everybody.
I don't want to say it was like full on food poisoning, but like definitely something I ate disagreed with me and just caused everything to go straight.
What do you think it was?
Honestly, so I thought there's two things that I had in common between this last time and the previous time, because this has happened twice in a few weeks now. And it was steaks from a certain grocery store, but also carrots.
What grocery store? What grocery?
It was Kroger.
Oh, you have to sell now. Yeah. That's why it's been on a dip recently.
But
carrots?
So if it was the carrots, it could be because like maybe I kept them in the fridge too long when they were open and they got maybe they went a little bit sideways in my
baby carrots or cooked.
They were baby carrots.
Okay, so that's
and so I've actually heard that getting sick from food is way more likely to happen from like vegetables than it is from meat in most cases.
I can see that.
Yeah. So that's interesting. You would think like intuitively that it would be the steak, especially because some of you have seen how I take my steak.
Members only.
Yeah. But I also have like a very high tolerance for rare meats and a hearty constitution. So that if it doesn't smell off, it's probably not going to make you sick.
Yeah.
Especially if you do at least get a good sear on the outside. So yeah, I think, it's definitely one of those things where I'm probably going to avoid that combination of foods for a while. So no more steak and carrots for a while, Well, at least not from there.
Yeah, the bulk is back for me, fiscal.
Yeah.
I'm doing like, I'm not like, I'm filling up, I should say that. Like, I'm not in the stage right now where it's like a full on, like, it's a real man's bulk, but like, we're filling up with carbs.
Since you just came off a cut, it's more of a refeed than a bulk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more of a I got low too. Like last week after my thing, I weighed, like 190. I moved up a weight division and I still made the weight that I thought that I originally signed up for. Like I was 13 pounds underweight.
Oof, that couldn't have helped your performance.
Yeah, that was just rough times, everybody. Rough times make good people, though. So there's your cash flow lesson.
And your new channel is Rear Naked Ryan, correct?
Rear Naked Ryan. So I did have a couple thoughts of what I could name it. It was rather RNC Ryan or Rear Naked Ryan. I think Rear Naked Ryan's a pretty spicy name, if you ask me. So
I think the name is clever and funny, and people might get a different impression of what it is when they just see the name, but no.
I'm messing around with that channel. My first video actually did like ridiculously well. I got like 400 views. But yeah, so I'm also going to be posting lifting content on there as per requested. I don't want to be like one of those fucking pipsqueaks who go around with a tripod in the gym. Like I hate that. Like, but definitely 100 maybe 1,000 subscribers. Not 100,000, but 100 or 1,000. We'll see. There is no in between.
Yeah,
I'll do a chest day.
I'll probably pick up more on that when I actually have like a studio room, because I think just voiceovers with stuff on the screen isn't great for that niche. It can work in investing because you're showing financials and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we don't do it for the money here, Steve. You know that. We don't do it for the money. Steve, I'll get some of your merch too. When it comes out, I'll get like a mug or something. And don't worry, I won't lie to you about it and continue putting it off for months. And the Cash Flow Kings were about action, not talk. Ulf Kammer was talking about me again.
Really? Ryan Dembling.
No, it was actually pretty funny. Like, Comer's like a choir boy now after what we've had to experience after the last month.
Oh yeah.
So somebody went on his channel. I didn't even put him up to us. Like, this was last night, and he commented, "Wow, you really don't like free speech. Ryan Dengler show was right about you." And Khmer read it. He's like, "Wow, you unlike your YouTube, I don't even know who that is. But unlike your YouTuber, he asked for subscriber, he asked for clicks, he asked for the money. I don't need it. Okay, so goodbye. I'm never gonna speak to you again."
It sounds like
Give credit to who tipped you. I know, I didn't even know the guy. As Khmer would say, I don't even know who he is. Right? Taekwondo, I'm sorry, that's a scam. Kickboxing hurts. I feel like the Taekwondo and like the karate, like that's a scam. Actually, Taekwondo might be legit, but karate's a scam.
Yeah, I mean, Taekwondo is fine. It's just striking, pretty much. Like,
okay, I've never done it, but like
I think honestly though, for if you're talking MMA, I think Muay Thai would round you out better. But
yeah, I'm a grappler only at the moment
because and Muay Thai I think takes advantage of somebody with grappling skills because you can get somebody tied up and then knee them.
Yeah, you can knee them. Or, yeah, we'll have a Cashflow Kings boxing event one day, and we'll get a good opponent.
Yeah, I would love, like, so I've never trained any combat sports, so I would love to, get challenged and we each get like 6 months to train or something like that. Like, and I'm an old man, so like, come at me.
No drug testing though for it,
of course. Well, actually, so speaking of that, Mike Tyson.
Oh, you saw that?
That's getting pushed back, but
that's criminal. That shouldn't happen.
But those kind of like exhibitions and stuff, they're not like WADA tested or anything. So Mike Tyson can be on his like TRT or whatever, and it's fine.
Everybody says Jake Paul's on steroids, but he's not. He has a very average looking physique. And
no, he's not average. He doesn't have an average physique at all. It's way
average like fit physique. Do you know what I mean?
Average for
like
an extremely athletic person.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'll pull it up, everybody. Now we're getting in this loop.
Oh gosh,
Jake Paul.
Put your shirt up.
Yeah, he bulked up. He's definitely natty. Like, I don't think there's any steroid allegations at this point. Like, he bulked up. Yeah, this is what he looks like now.
Oh yeah,
on the right.
Yeah,
that's natty. But his shoulders are not crazy big compared to his.
Yeah, I mean, I've got better delts than that guy. So, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, we do need to get like an MMA or boxing thing. Once you go down the, I originally signed up for our gym thinking I was gonna do like Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu and all of it, but now I'm like grappling exclusive because I went down the rabbit hole. So anything can happen, everybody. Ryan's definitely body shaming. Oh my god, you see Lizzo on South Park? That was funny.
I've heard about it. Haven't had time to check it out.
Fiscal lives in a cave, everybody. He just works on MPW videos all day.
Yeah, that's right. All I do is pump MPW. I'm a paid MPW pumper and a paid Oatly basher.
Yep, I'm a paid Target pumper, by the way, everybody. All right, we are at the 1 hour 4 minute mark. What a time to be alive. Everybody follow our Twitter. We've actually grown a following on there. I don't think we're gonna buy the Twitter premium
yet.
From what I've heard, it's really not worth it if you're just uploading on there. Like, you don't get paid extra if you do lives or like just upload like videos. So I really don't see like a reason to. If somebody buys it for us, we'll do it. But like, yeah,
we can do that when the YouTube money starts. Rolling in
comfortably. Once we start gouging you guys for even more money,
because then we can just do random tweets like Jim Cramer or whatever and get money
from
for
other people. All right. Thank you all for watching. Have a good night. John, I'm sure you're going to be enjoying the Poirier fight tonight. I will be watching as well. Don't think he's going to win. For betting purposes, I would bet on Makhachev, everybody. So that's your free pick of the week.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, not financial advice. Thank you all for watching. Smash the like button. See you next week. Be there. Do different sucks on drugs. Do whatever it takes. And of course, Cash flow is
king.
king.
I just exploded.